The community of Rehoboth and the surrounding areas too have been hard hit by the COVID-19 pandemic. Rehoboth residents too formed part of the daily statistics, and many died from the virus. The absence and/or the scarcity of oxygen was identified as a challenge for the Rehoboth health sector. It is for this reason that individuals and business communities at the town came together under the Rehoboth Community Trust and contributed resources to fund the much-needed medical oxygen supply. A collective contribution valued at nearly 500,000 in addition to in-kind contributions made it possible for the installation of a 4.5-ton oxygen tanker. Dr. Platt says the tank, which is expected to serve approximately 85,000 inhabitants of Rehoboth and the surrounding areas, will go a long way in restoring hope for the community.
Strange to note that no one ever taught you how to breathe. There is not an instruction manual or a SOP that comes out and says that this is the way you need to breathe. So we take it for granted when we say this is our common human right. And COVID-19 actually took that away from us in the form that we could not have oxygen anymore. And the pandemic really started coming specifically to Hardap region in terms of Rehoboth became an epicenter of COVID-19 pandemic. So when it became an epicenter, we realized that definitely we have a definite situation on our hands, but all of the regions were competing for resources. We were going through 59.2 kilogram bottles per night. So I don't know, I wish we had an example of a 9.2. I'm a bit short, I'm sorry, but it's about a bit taller than me. So 50 of those bottles, you have to go through one night in this St. Mary's Hospital. And you have 17 patients for one nurse.
The mayor of Rehoboth commended the community for meeting government halfway.
We are so used to say, no, it's government's functions. Let's wait for government. And this shows that we, as a community, we can stand together to make things happen. The importance of this is it's going to give life to our citizens in Rehoboth and the surrounding areas. It's so very important. Just imagine if nobody picks it up. We wait for government for a year, for 2 years. Anything can happen. We're not out of the woods yet.
Shell Namibia has committed to fill the tank at least twice before the hospital takes over the refilling of the tank. Daniel Nadung, NBC News, Windhoek.